Hello everyone, Nordic Beast here, and welcome to the Whitelist server. So, I started building the Hand of Tyr, my big carrier, and I'm going to actually stop construction of it now because I have a new version that's slightly altered, and I didn't get too far in production. I keep running into this problem whenever I'm building in survival. Which, by the way, you probably notice I'm in DirectX 9, which actually gives me a lot more frames per second. Like, a lot more. Here you go, you can see. I got all this here built. Now, one of the things I kept running into is it would produce a block, or it'd build a block and then it wouldn't show it. And it kept blowing up the welders on the Super Switchblade, wherever the hell I put it. There it is. So, the middle one actually exploded, and I had to rebuild it, which is kind of cool. I just placed the block, hopped in, and turned it on. Oh, you can even see all the dents and dings, and... oh shit, it took out the timer block. Son of a bitch. I didn't notice this. This was yesterday that I did, that I started building this. So, then, I produced a new ship. Well, I haven't built it yet. I designed it, and... holy shit, I cannot wait to use this. And actually, not necessarily here. Alright, turn that off. There is not much of this built. I did not get very far. Like I said, I kept having the problems of I'd be building it and then all of a sudden shit would explode. Because it's the... I refer to it as the Boris problem because I first saw Boris run into this. It's where it places a block that's not there for you, but it is there. And so if you leave the server and come back, it'll show the block. But when welding, it causes explosions. So, alright, let's go ahead and pull up the projector. Large. Turn on. Wait for it to actually kick on here. Blueprints. The Fenris Corvette. Alright, let's see, where are you? Ah, it's up there. Cool, so it's actually clear of all these parts. So this thing, I think, would be amazing for, well, for griefing. I know it sounds terrible, like, and that's why it would be, this wouldn't be a particularly useful ship in this server, because, you know, there's no fighting in here. This is a building server. The only thing you use for fighting in here is when, again, meteors get turned on and cargo ships. Or if somebody wanted to actually stage some fighting here in the server. But nobody that I'm aware of that's on the server actually is interested in combat in Space Engineers. And I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not raiding anybody on here. That would just be douchey. So this, I'm thinking about picking a random server with settings that I enjoy, and I'm going to start building on there just so I can build this. Just so I can do raiding. In fact, I came up with the idea of possibly grabbing a couple other Niddites to do exactly that. I know it sounds jerkish, but I mean, people do it anyway, and it is kind of fun. It also, when you fight in Space Engineers on a server, you hit somebody and you take some of their, you know, you raid them, you take some of their stuff, and you leave. And granted, it makes them angry, and I have been the victim of this before, but it was just part of the game, so it didn't like upset me, it didn't anger me. I was annoyed, like, damn it, somebody... I had captured the base that used to be up there, which is now gone, because I ground it all down, finally. I'd found on a server previously, and I named it the Thor Battle Station, because it was so big and heavy and awesome. And one day, me and my wife were watching a movie, and she was like, I'm gonna go take a break for a minute, go to the bathroom. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna check on my stuff on this server. I get on there, and somebody's raiding the damn base as I got on there, and it had 2 or 3 large ships there, and he stole one of them. I was able to save everything, but the asshole turned the base into a ship, which lagged out the entire server, which, see, now that was a jerk move. But, you know, like, the rating of my base didn't upset me. It was more the lagging of the server that killed everyone's performance. That was the jerk move. But he didn't do anything I wouldn't have done myself, or haven't done myself. So anyway, this ship, the Fenris, which, oh yeah, it's not real yet. The nose is all heavy armor, and the cockpit's in there. It has 2 Gatling turrets, one on either side, and then 2 rocket turrets, one on either wingtip. In the wingtips, or in the wings, I should say, are all the gyros are in there, timer block, a programming block, a couple of batteries are in there, and also a merge block. On the back, it can drop merge blocks with, what the hell are those called? Decoys. Could not remember. I thought about putting like welders to weld it, but I don't really need all that. All you need is the 2. This ship runs off of a single large reactor. Is that the... Nope. It's so hard getting to see everything. Oh, is that it? No. That's the jump drive. It runs off a single jump drive. Here we go. 1 large reactor and a jump drive. Like, that's what I started with when I built this thing. And part of the purpose of building this thing were actually the rocket turrets. I recently was working on I guess you could say, a pimped out military escort for DHR Mike's new challenge, which I built a ship for the last challenge. If anyone's wondering why it wasn't in there, it's mostly because of my work schedule. Mike actually messaged me on on Steam trying to tell me to submit my ship before I forgot, and by the time I came back it was already, too late. So I'm a dumbass. So unfortunately it did not make the first contest. I'll probably still submit it, so if he wants to put it into, because there's going to be the edited down mod, and then there's going to be a mod with all the ships in it, which both sounds really cool. I think you would like mine. Mine met the criteria pretty well. It had all the turrets, had light cargo capacity, no jump capacity, which that wasn't a requirement on there, but it was all oxygenated, had the 8 cryopods and everything. So, which I might show that off in a future shipyard video, just so everyone can see it. But to continue about the Fenris here, it is a single seat ship. I designed it specifically to be single seat. Here's the this is like the what the hell is it called? Like the pressure door or whatever. Airlock. It's the airlock. So then you come in here, and the 1 cockpit, and over here is a grate for the air ventilation. I've got the gravity generator and remote block up there. But then in here, you can see from the control seat, it's one of the smaller ones where you can get first-person view. On this, I've tested a couple of different scripts. There's one called the Tyr script, Tyr, as in the Norse god Tyr, such as the Hand of Tyr, this partially built ship. The Tyr script is like an anti-hacking script, which is really awesome. If somebody tries to grind down the ship, or it detects hacking at all, it'll instantly lock down all the doors and turn on all the guns. And it shuts off any block being hacked. So, the power is completely off on it. And it'll give a list of what those are if you give it, a script. But it also can give you a floor-by-floor layout of your ship on the actual LCD, which was pretty cool, except, I don't know, it didn't make much sense. I couldn't quite understand, because it seemed to be level by level, so, top level of blocks, and then next, and then next. And as neat as that was, it wasn't as helpful as I thought it would be. So then there was another one, the script I'm using now, which is what I use on most of my ships, and it's just an inventory list inside the ship, so that scrolls in front. So you go to third person to fight, or there's also a camera down here, and there's a downward facing camera as well for docking with the connector there. So you can go third person if you want, or if third person's shut off, you at least have those. Which reminds me, I found another script. I went through a bunch of script last night. That's kind of a docking script. It uses sensors, and it'll set off the sensors to warn you if you're getting too close to an object. So it'll tell you, object on your right, or object on your left, or if you're level or not. Which I think is really cool. I didn't put it on this one, but I thought about it, because the connector being next to the antenna is kind of an issue. But it should be alright, See the thrusters in there. So this thing is actually very fast accelerating with the 2 large thrusters, and its maneuvering thrusters aren't quite enough. This thing's about 500,000 kilograms, so it's still a small, large ship. But 2 thrusters side side, 4 reverse, and 3 up and down isn't quite enough. So like, don't expect it to be a fighter, but it does maneuver really, really well for a large ship. And originally, this actually had a part glass nose. It had a double layer glass nose here. So it had an inner glass and then outer glass to help protect, and it worked well. But anytime I would test this against AI ships, they'd shoot out the nose and shoot out my cockpit. So I gave it heavy armor, and actually it's 2 layers of heavy armor in the nose. The idea behind the ship is it really is a raiding ship. You can jump into an area, since it has a jump drive. You hit the target you want to hit, and again, requires only 1 pilot, no other crew is needed. You hit your target, you can drop your decoys, and then jump away. And it's set up so that you can drop 1 decoy at a time. So I probably will build this in the server, just because I want to have it on the server, but like I said, this is more for other servers. So, yeah, I definitely will at least solo go on another public server and to build this to have fun. I don't know if I will have a raiding group. I know it sounds like a jerk move, but it's also fun to me. I like combat in Space Engineers, at least when I'm not dealing with lag, or just how bad the netcode can be. But at least with turrets, it's not too bad. Which, by the way, originally I had these Gatling turrets further back, or... Yeah, okay, so originally they were right here, and the wings were slightly different. But with the Gatling turret so far back, they kept shooting the nose. So I scooted them forward. I would scoot them out, but then I'm worried about the rocket launchers. Now, the rocket launchers haven't been a problem at all. Oh, that's the other thing. It also has a laser antenna on top for stealthy communication, if need be. So if you're not using TeamSpeak or anything like that to talk to fellow players, you can still quietly chat at a decent range, because I think this is only like... I don't know what the range is on the laser antennas. I should probably find out. It goes back through the notes. So yeah, I am going to grind this down. And then I'll probably build that. Then I will build the Hand of Tyr. The new version, which, again, is slightly different. Not much, but it's mostly internal. And the reason I'm grinding this down is so that I can build this first. But I will say this wouldn't be bad for like building a couple of these for some Niddites for taking out cargo ships, because I've taken out mine layers with this thing, the military mine layer cargo ship, and was able to survive with just enough damage that I could go home and have this thing rebuilt in about 5 minutes. So yeah, this thing is it's fun. Oh, and by the way, the rest of it's all light armor. It's only the nose cap from here forward that's all heavy armor. So hopefully I will get this up and running. Now, that's one of the other things. Anubis is working on his welding wall, so I might build one of these for him at his welding wall as a test, because I know he wants to get that thing up and running. So yeah, did I get anything else done in here? Oh, I did grind down the big red penis ship that was at my base back in the center over there. Yeah. Huh. So I notice I can't see the asteroids at this range. Oh, maybe that's why. Okay. So I think DirectX 11 allows you to see at distance, like see asteroids and stuff that you've seen before at a distance, and that's what's been lagging down my frame rate. Alright, I might stick with DirectX 9 for now. I love DirectX 11. I think it's just gorgeous. I love the dark lighting and actually having to use lights and shit like that, but the extra frame rate is more important to me, to be honest. Oh, and when I ground down the red penis ship, hold on, I found 598 100,000 uranium. I guess it was in that ship, like in the cargo containers. I guess it was like packed to the gills, because yeah, I ground that up, and I was looking through my inventory, like, how do I have so much fucking uranium? Holy shit! Oh, saving, okay. So yeah, so I guess I will come back when I have a little bit something built. You know how that goes. So see you guys then. Okay, everyone, and we're back. So as you see, the Fenris has been moved over there to the longboat's connector port, since Fenris doesn't have its own yet, and that's about the only one that'll fit it because of its antenna on the bottom. So I ran into an accident where I just barely bumped one of its turrets with the cockpit, destroyed the cockpit, and destroyed the remote and the LCD. So I had to rebuild the fucking cockpit. Oh my god. Just... Ugh. That is the problem with having a larger construction vehicle, is that you hit shit, and also with the server quote-unquote Boris blocks that explode because they're not really there, but they are. Like, right here. There is a block here, even though I think I can go through it. Yeah. But I can't place a block here if I tried. Well, I don't have any metal on me right now, but... Okay, so I have no ammunition for rocket or Gatling here, so I'm going to have to go to the Infinity and kind of steal some of it. I also need to recharge its batteries while I'm at it. Batteries... recharge. Oh yeah, I need to finish the emergency beacon or something else that will. Oh yeah, some interior lights. So go ahead and knock that out. Okay, my mouse is really starting to anger me. For some reason, it seems like when humidity is up, like here in Michigan, it doesn't. My mouse doesn't want to work properly. And what's weird is it gets even worse when I'm downloading something. If Steam is downloading something, all of a sudden my mouse stops working correctly. Oh my god. Fucking welded. Thank you. It's another server bug. You know what? I know in my last episode I said, hold on, let me pop that off there. My last episode I said one of the things I would love to see... Where the fuck? Yeah, okay, so it's these two. That I would love to see planets come out. No, fix the damn game. I'm sorry. I'm irritated that I can't play online with people for shit because of bugs like this. I can't tell you how many ships I've had fly away on me, how many, bugs there were where ships exploded on me. Hold on. Okay, I just put down... Okay, so it is these two. Beep, beep. Yeah? There we go. Alright, so I have one other light that's not completed. Where the hell would that be? Let's check all the nav lights. I should have one over here. Yep, that's on. Up here. Yep, that's on and blinking. That one there is on and blinking. The only other one should be... I don't see red. Yep, right there. Will you please work? There we go. Awesome. Yeah, that's one of the things where you have to sit there and bounce around to try and get it to weld correctly. Like, it'll show it, but for some reason the server thinks you're somewhere else. The only way to fix that is to die and come back. Like, a new spawn will correct where you are. And that's just irritating. I shouldn't have to deal with that. Nobody should have to deal with that. I don't care if it's pre-alpha. It's starting to piss me off. This game's been out almost 2 years. Let's get with it. So anyway, here is the Fenris completed and lovely and wonderful, and I can't wait to... I think I will at least explore with it, because I've got the I got the Hurricane, which I can use to explore with other people, and I do like the Hurricane. Ooh, whoop. I can also use the Hurricane for defense as well. Well, the Fenris over there, being as it's really a raiding ship, is going to be my own personal fun exploration ship. So it's got plenty of oxygen. It even has an assembler if I need to use it for any reason, which I really don't, but, you know, it's there. So I can put some materials in it. Ooh, I need to... Yeah, there's some thruster damage, because also the Switchblade uses large thrusters, so occasionally those thrusters will cause a little burnage and warping. Oh, I think I saw a little over here. It's either you or you. Yep, there it was. So, there we go. Fenris. So, I guess I will call that it for this episode. Now that I've damaged a Switchblade and built a new ship. So, maybe next time it'll be me exploring with this thing, and hopefully I can find something new. And then see what other glitches I can find in Space Engineers. So anyway, if you guys enjoy the series, please hit the subscribe button. If you like the episode, hit the like button. And I will see you guys next time.